All right, guys. Happy Monday to you guys. We are in Tokyo sessions. It is 8:06 p.m. my time. So what I'm looking at for the US dollar is probably to sell it for tonight. Reason being is because it hasn't come back to break the 93 price. So what's really interesting right now is here, here, and here. Same setup. It is still on the bull run, but you gotta be prepared because we're in Tokyo session. So I'm expecting for some kind of retracement for the US dollar to go down, and probably the US dollar is going to try and make a move going back up tomorrow. It's been going up for its own session, which is today was Monday. It is Monday night here for you guys. So those are in other, like say you guys are in the other countries. We are into Tuesday for you guys. So I'm going to hop in here and talk about Wall Street. US 30 did not break anything high. It ended up going back down today. I'm looking for it to go down some more. I'm looking for a target back down to 35,000. That's what I'm looking at right now. Unless it actually finds support here and then actually shoots back up to break 35.2 and then come target 35,289, which is 35.3. 35,300. So from what I'm seeing right here, guys. Let's go down to gold here. Gold did end up retracing back up. Now, gold has been a really volatile pair since last night or since the opening of Sydney sessions. It's been a really crazy ride for this pair. And this is on the daily. Now, you can see that half the wick, more than half the wick has been covered up. So the bulls are trying to push this thing back up. What's going to be tricky is that on the lower time frames, it's still being very bearish and there isn't a whole lot of buying to where like you would buy and hold it. Now, if you bought it at the very bottom when the spreads were lower, that's pretty cool. You know, to where you bought it at the very bottom of 1686. Some have it at 1680 for some brokers here. So what's going to be interesting right now is that I would be paying attention to the 1 hour. And when you look at the 1 hour chart, now these two lines were based on the daily. So what's going to be interesting right now is that it did hit 1750, ended up going back down to 1725. So $25 gap right here. And it looks like it might end up retesting back down here again. And we'll see if it bounces back up. Now, this is on the 1 hour chart. If it doesn't break, if it doesn't bounce off of 1725, then we're probably looking for it to come back down to retest 1690 and 1685 again. So just be careful, especially where things are headed right now for gold. And like I said, I would highly recommend looking at a lower time frame so that you can scalp gold versus trying to swing a move for gold here. Now, can it be a possible reversal based on what has happened on the daily chart? You know, so we'll go back to the daily chart here. You can see that the massive wick here, right? And then you would base a buy, right? Because of the bulls back in control at the very bottom of 1686, 1687, coming back to 1730. That's a major move going back up again. But like I said, what's going to be tricky right now is that who knows what's going to happen with gold. Gold is going to be really volatile. Maybe it might end up going back down again before it ends up finding support one more time and then, you know, creating that double bottom or maybe a triple bottom. So I'll give you guys a lot of scenarios for this because this might end up being a very tricky pair, you know, for this week and maybe for the remainder of the month due to the fact of what is going on, you know, globally, right? You know, we got the skyrocketing of the new COVID variant coming out, the Delta variant. Also, some of the what's going to happen with the economy, right? What's going to happen with what's going to happen with Wall Street, really, and then also, you know, what's going to happen with the housing market here. Well, other countries are facing a lot of issues on the pandemic side. So we'll see how everything plays out for gold here, and if gold will end up being a safe haven pair to invest or to buy, right? Okay, so I'm gonna hop. Oh no, not to the pound. I'm gonna hop down to the UJ here. So USD did touch itself back up here at 110.4. Looking for a move back to retest the 110.5 area again. That's what I'm looking at right now here. And if it doesn't break this, I'm gonna end up selling it back down. That's just what I'm looking at right now. Just an easy setup here. If it doesn't break it, I'm not gonna waste my time. Just gonna sell it back down because it can't break the 110.5. the pound. So the pound did go down. I'm actually looking to keep selling the pound going back down here. We'll move this right here. And I'm looking to keep going with selling the pound back to, there is no support now. There is no support until we come back down to 137.5 on a daily right here. So what's going to be pretty interesting is paying attention to the 1 hour chart and the 4 hour chart to see how much more they're going to try and drive the price down. And overall, since the pound did not come back to break 139 multiple times, and that's a really tough resistance for the pound. I'm not going to waste my time buying the pound unless something major happens on the fundamental side. Then yes, but other than that, I'm actually looking to keep selling the pound. Euro GBP, looking to buy Euro GBP based on the retracement here for today. I'm actually looking for it to come back to retest 84.9 and 85 first before I come target 85.2 right here, and then come target 85.5, and then we'll see if it comes back to rally itself back up to the very top of 86.4. But that's long term. So these are some, 1, 2, 3 resistance prices that I'm really looking at for this week to see how much of a big move that Euro British pound will end up going back up to break resistance again and retest resistance. So we'll see how that goes out for this week for this pair here. Now, Euro looks like it wants to come back up. I did mention a lot about how much it's been driven down already. So looking for a move to buy to back up, maybe up to 117.6. That's as high as I'm willing to go. I'm really not for sure how much high, like I said, based on what is happening with Euro, and Euro is a lot more weaker than the pound. So really gonna have to take a look into consideration of maybe the Euro might end up going down some more. And it's just breaking down lower versus, trying to find a reversal price. Can this be a reversal price? Who knows? Like I said, we won't know until, like I said, me personally, I wouldn't look at this as a reversal unless I see something major move, like a major bullish engulfing candle. If not, maybe something that would spark some kind of buying interest. And what's going to be, like I said, yeah, let me zoom out here. This is a pretty key component price right now at 117. If it actually does break 117, it's going to be a major fall down for Euro. And I'm going to move this back out because this is pretty interesting here and here. And now we're coming back down here, and we'll see if it actually comes back down and retest 116 and 115, which is right here. So if you zoom out, you get a chance to see how important these prices are subjective when it comes down to retest the low again. USD Swiss going back up. Now, it is another bullish engulfing candle. What's pretty interesting right now, I'm going to move this up here. It did touch this first resistance here. I'm looking at right here, in here. And so I'm looking to see if it's going to test break 93. If it doesn't break 93, I'm going to end up selling it back down for a retracement candle on the daily chart. USD CAD, same setup. USD CAD isn't really doing a whole lot right now. I would end up selling USD CAD back down versus trying to buy because it's still in this price zone from 126 to 124. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of buying power. And like I said, I would be more interested in selling it. Previously, you can see some major 126 prices getting rejected previously back in April. So like I said, I would be more interested in selling USD CAD than buying USD CAD. Okay. Australia and New Zealand. Australia has hit support, but it didn't break support. So looks very subjected to a buy versus a sell. Now, obviously, the daily candle did close as a bear candle. So we'll see how everything plays out for tonight. And then when London sessions hit, be prepared. Look at the 1 hour. Look at the 30-minute chart. Look at the lower time frame so you don't get too caught up in seeing. So let's go to the 1 hour so I can justify what I'm saying here for you guys. So if I go to the 1 hour, you can see what I'm talking about here. This is a major drop down here, but when I'm looking at support, support, and support again. So these three key key points at 73,237. If it actually does break this, then we'll come back down and retest this. And actually breaks 73. I'm not going to waste my time unless it ends up pushing itself back up with the major wick. So other than that, we'll see how everything plays out if Australia actually breaks the 73 price here. Back to the daily chart. Now I know I'm talking a lot about possible scenarios and what to expect. You always gotta adapt to the environment of the markets when the markets are fluctuating quite a bit. So back to New Zealand here. New Zealand did drop down, but overall New Zealand is still in this consolidation phase, and it's still stuck in the same price mode of 70, under 71, and right at 69. So from 69 to 71, we're looking at the same consolidation zone, and we'll see if the zone structure gets breaking out of this. And I would recommend scalping, like I said, based on New Zealand and Australia, not the best pairs to be swinging. So we'll see how everything plays out for this week for these two pairs. And then from there, we'll see if it's justifiable on buying, long term. Because other than that, overall, it is still in this consolidated structure here for New Zealand. So I would not waste my time trying to swing this pair at all. Other than that, I'm going to be paying attention to the US dollar, US 30, the S&P 500, gold, and USD JPY. Those are the top 5 pairs I'm looking at right now. And then the secondary pairs I'll be looking at for this week is the pound and Euro GBP. Reason being is because they shot Euro British pound down quite a bit. I'm looking to buy and see how much of a major bullish run it'll reverse back up. Other than that, that is it for you guys for Tuesday. It is a long video, but like I said, I'm just giving you guys a lot of possible scenarios and what to expect for some major outcomes for this week. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, or even Friday. So other than that, I said, guys, happy Tuesday night. It is still Tokyo sessions, but like I said, pay attention to London and New York, and we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Peace out.